PAW Patrol's Air Rescue has released all of its episodes, and we'll discuss and review each one. Let's start with Pup Save the Airport Opening, the first one. The plot focuses around the Princess of Arkenberg coming to cut the ribbon of Adventure Bay's brand new airport. Sweetie wants to be the center of attention as per usual, so she sabotages the plane, steals the princess's special tiara, and abandons the plane. This leads the royals to call the PAW Patrol for help. Meanwhile, Sweetie's plan is put on hold due to the wind messing up her path, which strands her in the forest. This makes the princess request for her pup's retrieval as well. Sky goes to rescue her, only for Sweetie to lure her away and steal her plane. Sweetie then uses Sky's plane to cut the ribbon, but her stunt backfires when it becomes stuck on the windshield. But eventually, the PAW Patrol save the royals, save Sweetie, and get them all back in time for the airport opening. I found this episode was the perfect one to kick off the sub-series with, as we got to see all their planes, their gear, and more in action. It was quite an enjoyable episode too, because it wasn't as formulaic as usual. We also got to see some fun non-mission scenes, like when Mayor Goodway and the other pups attempt to entertain the crowd in the delay of the princess's arrival. Overall, I rate this episode an 8.5 out of 10, a very nice start. Next, we have Pup Save a rocket-powered pogo stick. Here, Danny gets a new rocket-powered pogo stick, he tries out a stunt with it, and then loses control. And in that process, he begins multiple small wildfires too. Of course, the PAW Patrol leaps into action, ready to rescue. Something cool about this mission is the fact that fire was involved with it. While this isn't the first time that's happened, blazing rescues like these are far and few between. We also saw all the pups get their paws involved in this mission, each one doing their part. Rocky helps Sky with getting the forest animals to safety, Rubble puts out some small fires, and Zuma does the same. And he also retrieves the pogo stick that started all these fires. Speaking of Zuma, we got to see him and Marshall control the plane wash together earlier, which made a cute little scene. Another scene that was amusing was Ryder's reaction to Danny's first time zooming around on his pogo stick. Overall, this episode gets a 7 out of 10. Here we've got Pup Save the Sky High Stunt Show. In it, Francois is doing another tightrope stunt, going from one hot air balloon to the other. However, his impatience causes the balloon to not get properly secured, and Danny's poor drone pilot rips a hole in one, causing both balloons to float out of control. Honestly, this episode wasn't especially engaging, at least to me. The one scene I thought was cute is the final one, where Francois is helping Marshall perfect his tightroping skills. Overall, I'd rate this episode a 5.5 out of 10. By the way, Marshall and Sky would like it if you'd like the video and subscribe. Now we have Pups vs. the Robot Rain Cloud, where the pups throw their own aerial show. Humdinger, brimming with jealousy, hatches a scheme to cancel it by creating an artificial rain cloud to pour down on the town. Once he puts his plan into motion, the town is flooded very quickly, absurdly quickly in fact. As you can see, the town is pretty dry one moment and then absolutely submerged seconds later. Though this contraption he swiftly created seems to be ginormous, as you see here compared to him. Another odd thing with the juice is how it rapidly drains or disappears after the PAW Patrol comes to the rescue. Straying from the complaints, we got a fair bit of Zuma use. As they needed someone to travel over the liquid, Zuma was fortunately just the pup for the job. There's also a scene or two from earlier where a handful of the pups are working together, which was very cute indeed. And on the topic of cute, Humdinger's kittens each had gotten their own little plane in this episode, which was just so adorable. Overall, a 6 out of 10 is my rating for this one. On to Pup Stop the Midair Magnet. In it, Uncle Otis gets a new magnet that can fly around and carry his mining gear. Though his gadget backfires quickly as it picks up every metal gear nearby, which includes the backpack of gear he's wearing. But like clockwork, the PAW Patrol swoops in ready for the rescue. I like liked this episode, as we got to see the pups with South Plains get their time in the spotlight. While there have been other episodes with similar plots, adding them in here really made this episode a unique one. Besides that, there were also many fun scenes, like the one where Otis floats over the town was quite entertaining indeed, and the interactions between Sky and the other pups at the start was just the same. And the ending scene where Ryder gets pulled by the magnet was a nice one.
You're welcome, Uncle Otis. Whenever you're in trouble, just... Yeah! Yell for help!
Overall, I'd rate this one a 6.5 out of 10. Here we've got Pup Save a Hamstronaut. A new space satellite with a huge camera is being launched into orbit. Meanwhile, Humdinger needs his annual mirrors picture, so he figures the best way to do so would be with the satellite's camera. And in the process of doing so, he gets stuck on the rocket, sending the satellite to space. And then that's where the PAW Patrol comes in. There were various highlights in this episode, like the little scene at the beginning of the episode, the kittens helping the PAW Patrol out with the mission, and Ryder and Sky's high paw. Overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. And that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, go check out that one right there. And as always, I'll see you next time.